I think from a production point of view, shooting with a live audience honestly is always a nightmare. But like I have learned over the years, thanks to you guys, that it's absolutely essential for the artist performing, and which is why we insisted on not getting a paid audience, but getting a ticketed audience. So these were actual comedy fans out there to watch people perform. I think one of the best things that happened was that we had some people that were constantly coming for every episode shoot, and that was great. I mean, the contestants already have fans. And lastly, I have to thank these guys, because the 1 or 2 times when we had technical glitches, they all took over and ensured that the audience wasn't bored and entertained them throughout, playing games and performing, and I think it was great.
It was where I felt very insecure because they were so good. I felt inadequate judging comedians. Yeah, it was overall, I felt like I grew as a human being through the process.
Yeah, I definitely did like the fact that there were so many different kinds of comedy, which is not something we've seen even in Western reality comedy shows. Like we had sketch, I did improv, there were improvised stand-up, there was alternative comedy. So there was it wasn't just stand-up. This is not a show where you'll just see stand-up comedy. You'll see all different kinds of comedy. I think that's a very unique part of Comicstaan. Is that and then these contestants are put through, all these hoops to try and, develop these skills of all these different kinds of comedy in that short period of time.
Some people might look at that, they might find it scary, they might find it challenging. I look at it and I say I find that exciting, all right? Ooh. I look forward to getting in a comedy duel with all of these guys, all right? I'd say bring it on! Bring it on, man!
That's right.
Well, here we are, 14 stand-up specials in year 1, 20 plus in year 2, Comicstaan 6 series that have come from some of these creators here. I think, it's really dawn of day 1 as far as comedy on Prime Video is concerned, and we are super excited for you guys to see Comicstaan and see the lineup of talent that just one show like this with this kind of mentors has actually unpacked for customers in the country. It's a great time to be a comic.
If we get an opportunity and if we like the script and the tone of the show, then obviously we'll be open to doing that. But such an opportunity has not presented itself so far. So yeah, if anybody's listening, मैं audition के लिए आ सकता हूँ.
Comedy nights with Biswa.
I don't want to say anything because the quote will get looped.
Yeah.
And it will be on every news channel tomorrow.
Yeah.
So just have to be careful. So when opportunity presents, we shall be there with both our hands.
But right now, Amazon Prime is best.
So we had actually been scouting through the country, through various open mics and people that have put up clips on YouTube. We shortlisted a bunch of contestants that were then performing in front of a live audience in open mics held across the country, where all the judges actually went and personally saw them perform. Through that shortlist, and when you watch the show, you'll get a glimpse of how we actually arrived at our top 10. So I hope that answers your question.
It's easily the most comprehensive process that I've seen. It was fun. Like, the first episode actually is the all of us sitting together and debating whether this one should get in and all. आप show देखिए, आपको सब समझ आ जाएगा.
The judges were split into teams and they went and we saw a lot of performers perform live. Then we had our own suggestions. Then all of us sat together and we decided who is the final 10.
And and there were quite a lot of people who had sent their videos, and these guys had gone and seen posts. So it was like many levels of process, and you need to realize that a lot of these comedians have been doing comedy for some time, right? It's just not like, oh, I got an opportunity, so I came in. So there's like a good mix of both. So it was kind of going through each, recognizing with everybody saying that, this seems to be potential for 9 episodes. Like there is potential. It's not like it's just great for one video. You see the scope of this person being good for a longer period of time.